All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Purple Podcast. This is your host, Austin. Hope you're doing all right when this episode finds you. For us, it is Sad Sack Sunday. Like I say and will say always, a celebration to be had. We've got a movie coming out, fellas. How do you think we did on Casper this week? You think we kicked it in the ass?
I think so. I think we did great, and I think we really surprised ourselves with
I need
how
more
much
than
we
that,
enjoyed
Griff.
Casper.
I need more than that. Give me some energy there. I think we kicked it in the fucking
I think
ass.
we did. We did great. We were fun. I think we had some enjoyable takes. I think that we were having fun talking, and I myself, I'll speak for myself. I was surprised with how adult a lot of the themes were, and how just mature some of the ideas kind of evoked were. So I mean, I really enjoyed it. I think we got a little surprise in that movie, and I'm really glad we got to watch it. And I think we talked about it great. I mean, Dad, you and I talked about how we thought we did that. I think like that next day. What about your thoughts?
Griffin, I'm going to try to show a little bit of energy. I mean, it's early in the morning. Of course, I picked that one. I love the movie. I thought the three of us killed it that day. I didn't think there was any doubt. We learned a lot. What's interesting, guys? Nothing scripted with us. And when we start on some of these, I think we surprise ourselves. And I can't wait to listen to it today, see how we did. But I know how we did because we absolutely killed that one. Yeah, Casper was a good one, guys. No doubt. Might be one of our best ones. Let's just be honest.
All right.
It may be.
All right.
There it is.
But we got also It. Welcome to Derry will have already come out when this is out now as well. So those are 2 episodes. Check them out. On to It. The first episode is coming out tonight. So Mike is, as you can see,
I was wondering if tonight was the night to just
physically
watch.
emoting right now. Yeah.
Oh, I can promise you, boys, this cat will not be watching it tonight. I'll watch it tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Man, oh man, Austin, I hope, if you heard anything, is this thing going to be scary as hell?
I actually feel like it's not going to be that scary. I think it's more of like a backstory. I think it's more of a backstory. So I think it's.
I hope to God I don't want these damn clowns popping out at me. I don't need that in my life, man. I don't need that.
Yeah. Well, let's just honestly, I'm gonna go on the other side of that one, Griff. I think it is gonna be scary.
Oh, what an asshole. Gosh.
It'll be fun. Other than that, how's your all's weekend's been going? I got my ass kicked yesterday, but it was a good day.
Well, mine was great. This is my technique, Dad. You're pouring a little extra coffee on a Sunday morning.
I am. If you see me,
hey, y'all got coffee with you?
Oh, yes, I got me some Joe, man.
Absolutely. How about some Clinkies, eh?
Clinks, boys.
Hey,
haven't had them in a while because y'all never joined. I guess
know.
Mike has been. Griff hasn't been. God, he's barely on the show anymore with that. If we're judging on that.
Hey, Austin, shoot, I've been drinking with you every week. I got to slow my road, man.
Hey, good for you, Mike.
I just got me some plain, I think it's some plain Kroger blend donut shop, I think. So I'm just kind of sitting with it, doing great. My weekend has been phenomenal, Austin. I actually played in 3 different sets last night.
Good boy.
Had they were playing a charity show in Danville, Kentucky at this little bar called The Nook, and I was performing with 3 different bands that were playing sets there. So got there around 6 o'clock, or actually 5:30, played a set, played another set, then played one closer to 9:30. Guess what I did? I drove all the way back to Lexington and actually saw the midnight Rocky Horror Picture Show at midnight with Amy. So we had a really good time.
Did you see that at the one theater?
Yeah, the Kentucky theater. God, that best place in the world. And the thing was, we're driving,
man.
Dude, we're driving up. You have to, Austin. We're driving up, and it's like 11:40 something. The line to get into the theater is literally to the street, and we just look at each other like, oh my gosh, because like I'm telling her, I'm like, hey, this is
Blockbuster.
I was like, it really was. I was like, there's going to be a lot of people here because I enjoy Rocky Horror Picture Show. I enjoy it. I don't know all of the ins and outs. I don't know all of the little quirks to it, but I appreciate it. I was like, there are people that are obsessed with this thing. So it's going to, I mean, there was a costume contest. There was a drag show. There was all kinds of stuff happening. So it was a hell of a lot of fun. Dad, you said you actually used to go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And
Griffin, that was huge. They had it at the Vogue Theater, and all the kids would go on a Friday night. And
my uncle Scott was in it a few times.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow, that's right. I knew that.
My dad, so my dad brings that up, loves it, and the movie's really great, of course, as well. So that's what you saw. But yeah, it is kind of cool that a lot of people do it as a play. Dana's sister does plays, and her husband. Well, so
they do that shadow. It's a shadow performance. So the movie's playing, and they're actually acting it out at the same time. I mean, you don't even go to see the movie.
How interesting!
You don't even go to see the movie because the whole time people are just screaming at the TV. People are throwing toilet paper. I mean, at one point, we're just sitting in this theater and we start seeing toilet paper just hoisted over us, and it's streaking out, because it would unroll in the air and it'd be like, woo, and you just see it like a streamer. People were just chucking them. Next thing you know, you're getting them by you. You're throwing them too. I mean, it was a hell of a lot of fun, man. So we just enjoyed it. But
damn, man, well, good weekend.
I know it's been a great weekend, and now we're on the podcast. Now we're kicking ass. So
now we're locked in.
And what?
Absolutely.
What about you, bro? What have you been doing, Dad?
Guys, I was lazy this weekend. I sat around and watched football all day long yesterday. I watched my team played like trash last night. Got lucky to get a win, happy to get a win.
Who won UK Tennessee?
You making a joke, Griff?
No, I'm really not. I'm assuming Tennessee won.
You're not tapped in. Yeah, they whipped our ass. Our offense looked great. Our defense looked terrific.
Yeah. Austin, it was a basketball score. If you'd have taken the over on that one, you'd have won pretty easily.
Covered in the first half, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Well,
I think it was 90 points 90 at halftime or something?
Dude, I will.
It was probably like 35 to like 21 or something like that.
Yeah.
I know we're dragging this a little bit, but dude, I cannot tell you how frustrating it is, that traffic that gets created around a game in Lexington. I mean, I'm literally coming back from Danville at 10 o'clock at night, more like 10:30, and I still see just lines of people walking down the street in UK and Tennessee gear, and there's cops closing off streets. Yeah. It's just the most frustrating thing in the world. Pushed me back probably 25 minutes.
You're pretty near to campus too, so you get all that, and there's not like a major highway through Lexington, so all these roads get
oh my gosh. Yeah, and like all of the main ones, the cops close off in the most like ridiculous way ever. You just want to lose your mind because you're like, why would you guys do something so ridiculously stupid? But
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there's something behind it.
And Griffin, Keeneland it was the last day of Keeneland yesterday.
That part of it too. Yeah, so I've been in some of the worst traffic of my life in Lexington, 100%. But my weekend, guys, I told you I had a little bit of flooding a couple weeks back. We got it all done. It's looking good. We got a rug down there too, because obviously it's not going to go back together.
So when did it go to shit?
Yeah. What? When did it go to
shit?
It's not that anything went to shit. It was productive, and it was a good day. I got some furniture from some friends. Hunter and them were moving out of their apartment, so I got a nice coffee table and 2 side tables for the basement now. I really elevated the space. It's nice and cohesive. So got that done. Got some DVDs out on display now, Griff. I assume you're going to be in town next weekend, so you'll get to see it. It's looking really, really good down there, and it just was one of those other things that I had a giant wrench in my mind, just knowing that floor was fucked in the guest bedroom is what it would be down in the basement. But all that squared away now. I'm feeling good, feeling groovy. But nice. I do have a little bit of a sore lower back. Did something, tweaked it a little bit, so we'll be taking it easy here. Let's get the hell into this thing, man.
Yes,
right?
Come on, let's go.
All right, so we're going into the back half of Season 3, Stranger Things, episodes 5 through 8. I want to touch base with you guys right out here in front. Griff, I know you had some criticisms of this season in the first half, I would say. Some things that you weren't loving, perhaps. You said the pacing actually felt slower.
Yep.
How are you feeling after the back half? Because I feel like this back half was like, I mean, it's different tonally. I absolutely can get that. It's excess. We talked about that a lot on the first one.
Yeah.
But man, the back half of this season felt like crack, man. You could not put it down. Like,
yeah, it was great. It was really good, and I think that they did amend some of the complaints I had regarding Hop's portrayal. I think that Hop kind of maybe returned to form a bit toward the end, and of course you're getting his and Joyce's story, and also Murray. Murray is becoming only more and more likable. I mean, that guy speaks fluent Russian, we find out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's completely fluent, so he's translating.
Well, his relationship with Alexi too, throw him in there. He's a part of that gang, and by the end of it all, God, it hurts when you lose him, man.
It's true. No, I mean, I completely agree, Austin. I think that it did really pick up, and I was thinking Steve and Dustin. I mean, they're just kicking so hard too. We're having so much fun just getting to see how their relationship unfolds, and everyone has this really big part in making sure that everything runs smoothly. And of course, we got to throw Robin in there and Erica too, because I mean, it was really fun to see some of the groupings, and of course, we see Mike and Elle get back to good terms, and there's just a lot of really, really big moments, I would say.
It's growth, Griffin. It's growth. These guys, you could see all the kids are starting to grow up more. Again, I think you nailed it. Hop is coming back to, he comes back to form. Loving that. You start seeing Steve. Steve is, man, they are really making Steve a good dude. And you can't but like the guy now, man. Yeah. It's like I find myself pulling for the guy now, whereas before I wasn't a huge fan, but I like the guy. I like him. Steve. Yeah, absolutely you do. You know what? He's standing up for the kids. He's doing he seems to be doing the right things at the right time. Robin, man, we find out how that she's smart. We find out, we all thought that she had a crush on old Stevie boy. We find out different.
What a good scene that is. Let's dive in.
Yeah, kick it, Austin. Love it.
Because the whole time that is what it's setting you up for. Dustin's been putting these hints in Steve's ear. Dude, go for the girl right in front of you. And then you finally hear him kind of professing this love to her. And I don't think any bit of me thought that it was, she would be interested in another girl. I didn't, that's not what you're thinking immediately. And, when it turns on its head that way, that conversation where she's like, I was mad because she was staring at you. It's like, oh, that was a good little twist, man.
Little Tammy. I think her name was Tammy.
Tammy Thompson.
Tammy Thompson.
And what's so great about that scene too is how they just continue to pick up right where they let off. Because I think, and I can only speak, as someone who hasn't done this, but as someone who's gay, revealing that you're gay to someone, outing yourself is probably a pretty scary thing, right? And you don't know, especially back in that time, how someone's going to react, because there was probably quite a bit more of quite more bigotry back in those days. So maybe she thinks she's going to lose her friend here. But Steve just picks up the conversation right where it left off. It's like, but Tammy Thompson, she's a dud. She can't even hold a tune, So I thought
they've got a great relationship, Austin. I think you're right on.
And
you're going to see that develop. I would say, another Kreskin moment. I think you're going to see her. She's going to become a big part of this. I hope I'm not putting my foot in my mouth here, but she's the smart one. You got to have the smart one of the group. She seems to be the smart one. I think Erica, between the two of them, they are starting to pick up where the boys had left off, like the first and second season. The boys were the smart ones. Joyce kind of picked she was part of that as well. But now you got Robin and Erica. And I love that
so
Dustin.
This season was for the girls, huh?
I think so.
That's what you just walked into.
Yes, I did. Stepped in it more.
Well, and they got Joyce making things happen too. I really liked in that scene where they're at Murray's and she calls that operator back and says, "No, you're going to do this right now." And I kind of thought that the guy was going to be like, who do you think you are? But he goes, yes, ma'am. Like, it was like, oh, damn, she got him.
Yeah.
She's like, you're going to do this right now. And it was like, oh.
Joyce Byers has that button she can turn on, She did it to Murray, too. And I wrote in it sounded like she was going to ask for camels after it, and a pack of camels.
Yeah.
It went back to that. And I thought it was great when Hopper's talking to her, too. She's like, like, something about building glass houses, because she's saying he's what's the word for it, Griff? He's institutional, or not that, but it's like
I love institutionalized.
What's the word when someone is like just certifiable? I think she says certifiable. Yeah, she's like, he's certifiable. And Hopper's like, oh, let's not build glass houses here, Joyce, because she might
that
be
was good.
She's certifiable.
He did get her. Calling the kettle black. Yeah,
that's what he said.
I liked. I'll say this: front runner for best moment of the back half of the season. Make fun of me if you want, but Murray doing his magic again, because this happened on the back half, right, where Murray goes, "Hey guys, why don't you just get it out of the way?"
Lover squirrel.
We're in another lover squirrel. We're in another lover squirrel. Why don't you guys just rip your clothes off and go at it?
Pull over and park.
Yeah, yeah. You see, I'm like, whoa. The question I'm having is this: so Murray keeps calling these shots. Where's Murray's bag? Is he does Murray have this experience, or is he kind of just the guy who never gets his shot himself, but he can just see it, so clearly? What is it? Does that make any sense?
I don't know what Murray's thing is. He's tapped in. He's in touch, but I don't know. Maybe he just can't pull it. Yeah. There's some kind of insecurity with the guy. Maybe.
Bald eagle.
Bald eagle.
Bald eagle.
Yeah. Oh, Dustin killed him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but come in, Bald Eagle. Come in, Bald Eagle. He's like,
when they're in that
Eagle's
car,
here. Kind of shut up.
When they're in that car, that's when Alexi and him like kind of become friends. And Alexi's they haven't had sex before or whatever it is, and they just start laughing together, and they're best friends. He goes and gets some corn dogs. But let's pick up with Chapter 5, the flayed here.
Here we go.
So when we left off, Billy gets thrown through a wall, right? So everything's ready to rock at that point, and everything's just kind of continuing from there. Immediately we pick up, and the Chip Scoops Ahoy crew is falling down the elevator into the what felt like the Death Star to me. And what's kind of funny is I watched the season 3 rewatch that Netflix has been putting out with the actual actors. And that's something that one of the characters mentioned, not saying I took it. I really didn't. It's something I immediately thought. It's like, this is like the Death Star down here. And I think that was, that's probably purposeful. But that Hopper and Joyce are looking for these sources, or like these properties that the Russians have been buying up, basically. And I thought there was a strong scene in that where like Hopper counts down from 3 to 1. He says, I'm going to shoot you. After 3 seconds if you don't answer. And the guy's calling his bluff, the Russian. But I guess he actually ends up, trying to make a move. And the thing is,
Grigori, I think.
I didn't even know he had a goddamn name.
I just saw on the subtitles they have a name for him, Grigori. Yeah, I think Hop pulled that trigger. I don't think Hop was bullshitting. I think he pulled that trigger.
He did. He did shoot that.
Well, we see him shoot later on in the episodes. Yeah, I don't think he's afraid to pull the trigger when he's got that silencer and he pulls it. So,
but
you're right.
Hop will pull it.
Yeah, Hop,
that damn scene though. God, he shot him.
Those one guys.
He shot him 20 times in the chest, though. It's like, man, you probably should have put it in the head. You had to have thought this guy was gonna have something wrong, because he looks back and he's like, oh God, he's a good enough shot. He can do it. But the biggest ones from that too is like our team is kind of aligning here as well. So all the kids, they go to the hospital, and we end up in that hospital horror scene, which I thought was really cool. And this is something that the series continue early morning.
Hey, are we keeping you up, Griff?
Yeah,
maybe.
I must be running them to sleep. But yeah, like they are in this hospital, and that's where a lot of horror scenes happen in movies too, which is, I just thought was a nice kind of callback and something that this series, like I said, continues to do. They draw from all kinds of different things, and then that thing monster and just the, I guess, possessed bosses, horrible bosses, was one of my themes from this back half.
Gosh.
You know, like they get to both just mow down both their bosses. I mean, what is Nancy beats that guy over the head with a fire hydrant? Is that or not? Fire extinguisher?
Fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, and Austin, you've got to point out that Jonathan gets his ass kicked by not by just one of them. Both of them kick his. I mean, they kick his ass.
He got hit hard.
That was one of those you go, just stay down, dude. You're getting your ass kicked.
I'll say, if we want a Kreskin moment, I think Jonathan is losing his. I think we could pull a Toby Keith moment on him with Nancy. I feel like Jonathan's losing his touch.
Yeah,
they make their relationship so weird too. There were like so many times where like naturally I think they would have kissed or something, and they just don't do it. And it's like they have to be making that relationship kind of weird on purpose, right?
You'd
think
absolutely.
The honeymoon phase is worn off. They're a married couple now, is what it's kind of like, and it seems like he might be losing this squirrel too, or something.
Yeah, for
guys,
sure.
can I throw out a gripe here?
Yeah.
Sure. That hospital scene, and I know what your all's answer, but I'm going to say it. That hospital scene, there's no one on the floor. There's not a doctor. There's not a nurse. There's nothing. I mean, it is just all out chaos.
They were renovating, I think, on that floor. Maybe they might have said they were renovating up there.
Okay, so they put a patient. They put a patient up there and they're renovating. That makes no sense. But anyway, I'm going to go with Austin and say they're renovating. But it's like, where the hell is everybody? Now you could say, hey, the Flay, the two bosses of Nancy, they're killing everybody. I don't know. But it just seems so bizarre. It seems so bizarre. You walk up there, there's no one there. I thought that was a little silly myself.
Yeah, maybe they were all at Brimborn Still Meal. Maybe they've been got.
Hey, they were putting them out like an assembly line, weren't they? I mean, it was one right out.
Steve also wins a fight in this episode.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. Dustin's like, you did it,
guys. I had that circled on mine. I said, he goes. I think it's Dustin goes, dude, you did it. You won a fight. I thought that was so cute.
He gets him with like the Scoops Ahoy move, but it's a phone instead of the scoop. He does his scoop move.
Yeah,
it's great.
I like how after that Dustin looks at Robin. I think he says, "Man," because she's like, "What's the next step of your plan?" He said, "Well, I would have just had Steve kick their ass if I knew he could do it. If I knew he could beat up a Russian, I'd have had him do that."
That was great. So that was great. Oh my god, that's awesome. And yeah, I guess they just leave you on cliffhangers, because we leave like right in the middle of that monster fight, and we pick up with right where Steve and them were too at the end of their fight, because right at the beginning there, that's when they're about to get caught. They're getting caught right away down in the I guess the what do we even call it, the Russian lab of sorts, whatever, underground lab. And Dustin doesn't want to leave Steve, and he's like, I won't forget you, because I guess he thinks this is going to be the last time he's going to see him. I thought it was great. And it shows how much Dustin does care for Steve, because in that kind of moment where I would only presumably think that he's like, there's a high chance I never see my buddy again. He's like, I won't forget you. He had to just he had to say that before he left.
It was almost like that was his movie moment. I think he was keenly aware that was the movie moment. He was like, he played right into it. And I mean, we get some real gold from seeing Robin and Steve in those interrogation scenes, don't we?
Yeah.
There was some
guys, don't you all feel like this, you guys remember when we went to see the first two Harry Potters, how cute they were, and all this is so cute and adorable, and Harry's cute, and little redhead's cute. This thing, and I said it about the third one of Harry Potter. I'm like, damn, this isn't a kid's show anymore.
Azkaban.
Yeah, I mean, and this I've got a note here, and I said, episode reminds me of Harry Potter, not a kid's show anymore. It just seems like it's getting darker and darker and darker. The weather's even turning. You never see any sunshine. It just seems like, hey, man, this thing, it's setting you up for bad times to come. Did you all kind of get that, or is this old man just imagining that?
I don't know. I don't know if I keenly felt that, but I'm not going to say you're off either. I mean,
that's my take. I was going to say I didn't notice that myself, but I definitely think everything is gearing that way in terms of, like you said, Dad, the kids are getting older. Their concept of everything is changing. They're taking on more responsibility. I mean, there's just a lot going on. We have our biggest loss in this season. That's one thing to note, with losing Hopper at the end. Yeah. For sure.
So I guess that's something that changes the kids. There is a turning of the tides. This is a next chapter. I did have that at the end of this. It's this is very much in
I guess that's my point.
The first two seasons, I feel like, things changed, but everything was mostly status quo, still kids, still growing up. But where we're left at the end of this one is Hopper is dead and the buyers are moving.
Yeah, that was really hard seeing all of the buyers moving scenes. And of course we see that Elle has been adopted by Joyce with Hopper having passed. So
that sweet woman going back to, I guess, season 1 when she was comforting Elle in the little pool that they made at the school. Yeah. So I think it's kind of nice to see her pick up that torch for Hop there.
And we got some really great scenes with that too, where we see what Hop actually wrote down for that speech he had intended to give Mike and Elle, and seeing what all he wrote down for Elle. I thought that was really sweet. And
any tears during that one, Griff? You said you cried during Casper. It didn't come out there.
No tears during this, but I mean, you kind of. You're sitting with it. You're like, dang, that's heavy. That's some serious stuff. So no tears, but definitely was feeling the emotion.
Guys, and I've said this throughout. Hop has been my dude. I think his character in this, I call him the enforcer. The series lost a lot, maybe lost a lot. I think there's a shot we see Mr. Hop back. But they lost. If he is indeed done, they lost the enforcer. And I wrote down who's going to be the enforcer now. Steve's the enforcer, guys. I think Steve's going to be that dude, man.
I think the enforcer is always Elle, and they actually say that.
They do.
They didn't have Elle. They need.
I'll tell you what, though, man. I think
she's slinging people up against a wall. She's slinging those creatures. Man, oh man.
Gosh.
Her character, she's great.
I think Lucas kind of showed some cojones in this season. He's the one who comes up with the idea to be shooting the fireworks at the
he did.
At the monster. He's like, hey, we need to do this. You can make basically a thing of dynamite. You have enough of this stuff. And that was his idea.
What was the name of that? What was the name of that firework? I was
going to say, he's always there for a well-timed wrist rocket.
He's got his wrist rocket. He's on it.
I had that thought too, because like you said, he has some acumen when it comes to a fight. He's one of our better fighters. He's not he doesn't have the most, it's not going to hit you for the most health points, if we're talking about, his scores and his skills, but he's a middle of the road guy that's going to chip away.
He probably is the most helpful of any of the other boys, right? Are any of the other boys better in a fight?
Steve, not the boys, not
well,
our
the boys.
Oh, Griffin, you got Will and Mike. Come on.
Yeah, Will. I don't even think Will. I haven't seen Will do a single damn thing.
Tough competition, huh?
Yeah, and then Mike, I haven't really. Oh, he's tried a few times, but he typically goes down pretty fast.
Always gets his ass kicked.
And then Dustin.
I guess that's a good point. Mike is not, he's not, like I said, dude, I think his first season was his best for me. I don't know if he's not been one of my favorite these past 2 seasons.
Yeah, I still enjoy his character though. And I do think that I really like seeing his relationship with Elle, and I thought they had some good moments.
I think that's what it is, though. I think it's like his character has pretty much been reduced to Elle's boyfriend. Like, I feel like Elle's more the main lead character there and given the more parts, and he's just there as like
I mean, he really tries to make sure that she's ready to go and good, though. You know, he's the one who's concerned, and I think we got a really great great scene when he's talking to the rest of the crew, and he says, "I love her, and I can't lose her again, so we need to be really considerate." And it's like, oh, you know, the kind of air in the room dropped out because everyone's like, "Oh shit, he just said that."
He didn't even recognize it himself. You know, it took him. You know, it just came out in the I guess flurry of fury, if we want to say that.
Nice call. Yeah.
And
I think he pulled it off, though. I mean, he meant
he did.
Hey, he did. I mean, obviously, because, you know, at the end, you know, Elle comes back and she says, "I love you too." And he's like, "Oh, shit, she heard me." But you know what?
Because he's not as cute anymore. He's just like he's getting a little awkward, right? In his haircut. The haircuts this season were real weird. So he
looks like a mushroom, man. Yeah. It just doesn't look right, man.
I hate that he just can't ever get the fucking word out directly to Elle, though. I mean, I guess it's just kind of funny because they end up talking about Diet Coke or the
he's an awkward cat, man.
I did think that was kind of bad that he did not lay it down like right in that last scene where she's leaving and he's in the room and he has the chance and he doesn't do it. But
and she had to reveal that, dude, I heard you. Just say it.
Yeah, I
love you too. Yeah. All right. Let's just get back to the wrap of chapter 6. E pluribus unum, I guess is the name of it.
Yeah.
But we get some great stuff. One of the best scenes where, you know, Hopper has been a buffoon, right? He's been a buffoon, but he gets that moment with the strawberry Slurpee. Alexi's been playing with their dick for hours, you know, and he's finally fed up with it. He's had enough, and he calls his bluff. You know, he throws him out on the road, gives him the key, said, "Get the fuck out of here," you know, like, go get your new flavor if you want it. And he has the whole monologue about, you know, he's so scared of what he'd be going back to.
I called him the Terminator.
Yeah, he needs us. He needs us. And you hear him start driving the car off, moving away. Did you think he was going to go? Did you think he was gone?
I really did. I really did. Once I saw him just like look so excited and like they're showing Murray and Joyce like Hop. He's getting in the car. I was like, oh my God, he really is just going to go.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, I was surprised when he stopped. Right? I was surprised when he stopped.
Be wrong again.
Yeah, and they gave it to Hop. They showed, Hop actually knew what he was talking about.
He froze. He froze up.
Hey, and the funny thing was Hop's look at Joyce. Joyce had to look at him like, "Damn it, you were right." And no woman likes to do that. And she had to tell him. What
about at the end of the season? We see Joyce is going to give Hop that date. What'd y'all think of that?
Yeah,
I guess he earned it.
Yeah, I think he'd put in the work. You know what? The guy had put in the work.
Yeah.
She was compromising on the time and everything for him. So, hey, poor ass Hop.
Poor ass Hop. He takes it, man.
Golly.
Sorry, Hop.
Yeah.
Dude just can't get a break.
Fat Rambo. That's what Alexi calls him, Fat Rambo. But also in that, like you said, the Steve and Robin, when they're getting interrogated, is some really great stuff. And then they get drugged up and they flip. You know, they're trying to get scissors. Steve the Hair Harrington. I can't believe I'm going to die down here with Steve the Hair Harrington. And that's when you get your first look into, you know, Robin. I guess that whole dynamic of like the popular kid in school and the kids that no one would notice in your class kind of thing, which I just think is interesting because now they're friends, you know, the people that were so different and so, I guess, you know, apart from one another, not even close to each other's social circles at all, to the point where Steve's not even knowing her. But I think he did say he recognized her or knew her from the class, even though she tried to call him out on it. I think he says, "No, I do remember you." Kind of thing.
Well, I didn't think I thought he admitted, "Yeah, sorry, I don't."
I thought he said he did. He's like, "Oh, I remember you."
Yeah, I don't know if it was like that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I could be too. I guess we'll have to see. People at home, tell us, let us know. But that's really great stuff. And I think why I love this season so much is just all of the Scoops Ahoy crew.
Yeah,
the Scoops Ahoy.
I loved when the Russians are interrogating them after they've taken this serum or whatever, and they're like, "Where do you work? Who do you work for?" And he's like, "Scoops Ahoy, Scoops, dude! Like I work at an ice cream shop."
And then Robin steps in, right? And she's like, "You guys are so dumb. Some kids working who serve ice cream for a living figured your code out in a day."
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I don't think that helped their case. Once she started insulting them, it's like, oh God, don't insult these dudes. You're pissing them off by the second. So
Steve gives them Dustin Henderson's full name, so they're probably gonna go get 2s, and we're gonna see a 3s by season 4 or whatever his name's gonna be.
Poor old Dustin
held it for collateral.
Yeah.
The end of that episode though is Elle in the Upside Down, and she goes to get Billy, and it's a trap.
Yeah,
which was that was an awesome scene. And Billy, we haven't talked about him much this episode, but I think we did in the first bit quite a bit. But man, he kills this role.
Yeah, he does.
It's like he was made for this role. He's, there's something about him, like because they give him that background in this one too with his mom. Like you want to like the guy, you feel bad for him. He's just a kid at the end of the day, and you know that there's something that's really made him this asshole. But there's a soft spot in there. But now he's being made to be the villain, and he's being used as the main villain, and he plays it so well. The dramatics of it and the menacing nature of it. He seems psychotic, and I don't know what they do. There's like some reverb on his voice in that scene too. So it's like really kind of booming and commanding and scary. So it's like, now we can all see you, and we're going to kill all your friends. Like it's heavy the way we end that. And
I told you, man, that's why I was kind of pointing out this is no longer a kid's show.
Sure.
He is, and I said this probably last week or the week before. Man, you're going to see that guy. That young man can act. He's definitely can play a bad guy, man. He plays this evil. He can just flip the script, and man, he can turn into this evil son, SOB that man, that you go, man, I don't like that guy, and he's perfect as Billy for this character.
I don't know what else I've seen him in. I don't think he really, because you got to think this came out in 2019, so it's not like he's really blown up since.
I find that hard to believe because I think the guys. I think
he's in Elvis in a really small role, like as one as like the studio guys or something, like in the music production or something like that. But you would think he really kicks ass. But maybe it's one of those things that he's just like this is his character so perfectly. They don't know where to help cast him now or something.
Could be.
I don't know.
Could be.
But the last 2 chapters, chapter 7, The Bite, and chapter 8, The Battle of Starcourt.
Yeah.
Man, it just keeps moving so quick in this. You start at the fun fair in The Bite, and also the kids back at Hop's place. Hop's, I guess, dad's place or grandpa's place, the cabin with the Mind Flayer or the monster, the thing, whatever we want to call this
creature.
The creature is running after them because he knows where they're at. Billy knows where they're at now, and they have the attack there, which is a pretty crazy scene. The actor said that was like a really difficult scene to shoot just because there was so much coordinating of people in different places, and you got to imagine all the special effects that go into something like that. They're fighting with a tennis ball or an arm. It's not the same kind of thing, and you have all these people around a room. So just getting these shots, it's got to be insane. The work that goes into something like that, and the amount of time that would go into it as well.
And Austin, this is where the creature actually gets Elle.
Yeah, he bites her.
Yeah, he bites her, and then you just, oh my God, yeah, I guess that's why they call it the bite, Austin. But he bites her, and then we see the horrific thing she has to go through with her leg. Where was it Steve that was trying to pull it out of her leg?
No, it was Jonathan.
Jonathan. Oh, that's right.
What idiot.
Oh, God. Yeah,
he had a good plan. No, he came with a knife.
He tried, man. God knows he tried.
But then he couldn't get it.
Then she's like, I'll do it. And she just
But we saw how hard it was for her to get it off of her, so it must have been pretty latched on.
Yeah, it was in there. Oh, and
like an Alabama tick, man.
And something weird. So we see by the end of this season, her powers are no longer working. So that was a really interesting little tidbit. I wasn't sure what to make of all that. I don't know if you guys have any other thoughts, or I guess just you, Dad.
Yeah, I'm concerned because, as Austin, you and we all came up with, she's the power behind this unit. So who's it going to be now? Is it going to be Will? I don't think so. That would be frightening. Maybe, you know what? Maybe Will's going to have the power now. Maybe he's going to turn into Elle.
It's Will the Wise. Of course he's got
Will the Wise. He's Gandalf the Grey now. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, they're going out west, man. They're going to be separated. So the teams, we've had many a times where the whole team's in the same town and we can't get them on the same page.
Yeah.
We got the team in different, across the whole country. So getting them on the same page with whatever we're going to be facing in season 4, think about that.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, boys. It took everything I had not to start watching season 4 yesterday.
Well, and I finished season 3 so quickly, guys. I finished it within like 3 days of us filming last podcast. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. This is such a watchable series. It's so fun to watch. And I'm about to combust. I got to say it. Another great scene. We actually finally meet Dustin's girl, don't we? Susie. We finally meet her. And how much of a payoff was that, guys? How much of a payoff?
Gosh. That's something as a friend you want to see your friend have to be an asshole in front of his girlfriend because it's one every time you're having a beer you're like
what was he calling her? Susie Poo, and she was calling him Dusty
Poo, yeah.
Dusty Bear or something.
Dusty Buns. Oh man, that's humiliating for that kid.
Hey,
you know what? Though, right?
He wasn't that embarrassed. Yeah, he didn't care. What, Susie? Susie, what's the number for Planck's constant? Oh my gosh, that was cracking me up.
Made him sing. What was that? The never-ending.
You know what I want to hear.
Oh God! I've never seen that movie.
Yeah, it's great at the end of it too. Like just. There's no break. They're just kind of still singing it. She's like, Planck's constant because she's just been satisfied. She rattles it off. No, that is great stuff. And the payoff of it. It's kind of like Remember the Titans, when one of the guys is on the phone, she's like, say it. And everyone's waiting at the line. He's like, I love you, sugar. And they all go, they're just waiting.
I told you, man, every guy loves that. You love when your buddy gets humiliated a little bit or gets knocked down a peg.
Do you guys have a favorite episode of this back half?
Gosh. I would have to say 7 or 8, I think. Just because I feel like that's where you are getting the most of the action and where things are really kind of coming together. So, I mean, you gotta have one of those episodes, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, mine's probably, man, it's so hard because like I want to choose 7. I love because that's when the lovers quarrel conversation has in the car. You get Back to the Future. We get to see Back to the Future in the movies there, which is really, really cool.
I love the little spin on that. His mom's trying to bang him. It's just so funny. It's like,
that might just be high, but they just, it's really good. Woody the Woodpecker, Alexi gets got. That's tough, but it's heavy.
Real quick.
Secret sharing in the
real quick, Dad, what was it like when Back to the Future came out? Do you remember when that happened?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a big one, Griffin. That was a big one. Again, that's probably what we would consider a blockbuster. At the time, I was in Bowling Green at the time of that one. So, it wasn't as, like the showcase where I told you they'd be wrapped around the building. I mean, it was big. I think I saw it in the first week. I don't think I was there day one, but it was huge. It was the talk of the town. Did
you love it immediately?
I did. Yeah,
Nice.
I love old Doc Brown. I thought he was
That'll
great.
be one
Birthday.
we'll have to
Yeah,
get
we've
that on.
got to do that one.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got
yeah.
to do back.
Did
to
you
the
all
Future.
see on the one screen it had Fletch? Did y'all see that? Did y'all catch that? Yeah.
I did know that they had it on like one of the showtimes or whatever. I'm
Yes.
forgetting the word for that, but yeah, that's great.
Marquee or something.
The marquee, that's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite characters of the season, guys. Let's do it.
Oh,
Who you got, Mike?
You know what? Again, I want to say Hop. I did like that Hop kind of brought it back. Got to see a little toughness from him. But I'm going to go with Steve, man.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it. Man, that scene when he's drugged up and he's got a black eye and the guy's got some acting chops, guys. Come on now. He did one hell of a job. He was, and he's still
so good at getting his ass beat. So good at getting his ass beat. Yeah, that's Steve.
Man,
he gets his ass kicked all the time, man.
But I'll tell you what I like about him, though, is not only does he gets his ass kicked, but what's he do? He's still coming up swinging, more. Man.
Oh, yeah.
That's a real friend, and I think back in the day, I just don't think this would happen because the older kids didn't play with the younger kids. But I really appreciate that Steve is hanging in there with these kids. I think it's so exciting for him that he's like, hey, there's never a dull moment when I hang out with these guys.
Maybe a consideration I have is like, because as you're watching, if you start to get into more of the reality or just try to imagine what the reality looks like, it is kind of funny because like all of these people, like what is it? Are their lives essentially just on hold in every other respect? Because like, you know what I mean? It's like these people, like this is what they do and what they've done for seasons now is everything that they do is they're figuring out these mysteries. And I was like, imagine being a regular person with all of your daily chores and like everything you have to do to live and survive. And you're focused on this stuff. Like imagine being a 13-year-old kid or however old they are. And you're like considering how to make these things happen. And I don't know. It is kind of funny if you dig in like that. But
well, like how long is this stretch though? Is this like a week? How long? We don't know how long this whole season really is in terms of like the time. I'm sure a few days have passed, but it's not like, most of the time I think they are living kind of a regular life. But yeah, when this shit happens, everything is on hold.
Well,
and it's summer break too, so there's not a lot going on for the kids at least.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. And how long were Dustin and Robin, Erica, Steve in that elevator? It was at least a day, wasn't it?
It was a month. No, I mean, it did seem like they were there a long time. It's like, hey, nobody misses them,
Well, I think it was that day, and then they.
Here's my question, guys: how the hell could you dig a hole or a chute that goes down to Hades, and no one from the United States goes, oh, they're digging a chute that goes down to Hades? That again, this is a.
I think we just have to look past it, Mike. I don't think that's meant to be questioned.
This is a really fun show, and you can't dig too deep. Some of those things like that, hey, we're at the mall and we're shooting, and we're there's a 100-foot creature there, but no one's coming and no one's helping out. It just some of that you got to look past.
Hey, they had the whole U.S. Armed Forces come in.
Yeah, after the fact.
Doc Owens.
Yeah, Doc. I'll say
Doc Owens was late.
I'll say this. I think we had some really great performances this season. I think some of the sleepers. I really loved Murray in this season. I thought Murray was really fun and like He's a little bit annoying no matter what, but you start liking him more and more, and you just understand his role a little more. And you see a lot of depth when Alexi is killed and just throughout that whole relationship. But I agree too, Dad. I think Steve, I think Steve just really shines. I think Dustin does by extension too. Well, not by extension. Dustin has some great moments. Like Dustin's really singled himself out as one of the strongest characters in this series. And I think that the way he plays this season is awesome. And of course, Hop and Joyce. I mean, we have a lot of really great characters, but I think if I had to pick the one I was most invested in, it probably would be, it honestly might be Dustin. I think Dustin's just so fun, and you just like him. He's just a good dude. He's always thinking of what's best for the team. Like that's his main priority always.
Yep. I got Scoops Ahoy Steve. And
Scoops Ahoy Steve.
And I mean, by extension, yes. Also, you got to factor in, Dustin. I'm going to give Robin my sixth man. She's literally named Robin. It's so hard to pick a sixth man in this season.
Mine would be Alexi.
Because, Alexi.
I'd call
I got
Alexi sixth man.
Yeah, I love Alexi, Robin. America Erica does roll. She does well in her role too. Old Scrappy Doo. But man, it's tough to pick a six man because everyone's a starter in their storyline in a way, know. So you have to pick the secondary characters in those separate storylines. So Steve couldn't be a six man, too much of a main character. And Scoops Ahoy Steve kicks ass. I just love the whole Scoops Ahoy gang, like I said, and their story throughout the season. I like how when they're on the phone, the call signs you got, or the radio, Bald Eagle, you got the Griswold gang.
Hey, question. Yeah. You guys trying out one of those USS Butterscotch? You guys going to try that out?
Oh, I'd try it. I know you wouldn't, though.
Yeah, I might take a bite of it.
USS Butterscotch. This guy's funny.
Oh, man.
That's funny. Great. You guys got a sad sack of the season? I had a tough one with this one. I didn't have a lot of great options, I didn't think.
I think Alexi was the sad sack. I mean, I liked his character. I like it that
he kind of went out on top, though.
I know the sad sack.
Kept calling him Smirnoff.
When his Woody
and here he wins. He wins his Woody the Woodpecker, and then the next scene you see him get just blasted, and you're like, "Oh no!"
It was rough, man.
You were just starting to like.
You know who the sad sack of the season is, right?
I got Mrs.
Oh, here we go.
Who do you got? Driscoll?
Mrs. Driscoll.
Oh.
I'm calling Todd.
Yeah, old caddy Todd driving around.
Todd Father.
Yeah.
Todd Father's sad sack of the season. Yeah, he shows up and Hop says, "Yeah, we need your vehicle, bruh." Sorry, bruh.
With the jerky stick in his hand.
Oh,
the mayor's a sad sack too. How about the mayor? Let's throw him up there.
The mayor. Oh, yeah. He
ends up going to jail at the end for being corrupt.
Yeah. That's
you also got to mention you got to mention Keith. Anytime that guy shows up on fucking screen, at the very end at Family Video. So he's an honorable mention.
That was fun. I like that. That
there
ending
for
there.
A couple of seconds. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Themes and things, and let's get out of here, fellas. Well, actually, we'll have some outro questions. Just where do we go next and finality.
Well, themes and things.
Kick us off. There you go.
I think, as you were saying, Dad, I do think we have a little bit more of a mature content with this season. I think things are ramping up. I mean, obviously, and I do think that we have a darker tone. We have a little bit more of that just mature tone as these kids are getting older. Always adventure. We're getting a little bit of something different with this Russian kind of, Cold War sort of vibe going on. It's the 80s, so obviously that was a huge thing. I think the mall is a huge theme too, Yep. This was kind of the heyday. Yeah, exactly. And just the heyday of excess, the mid 80s. And, we're seeing that in the way that Miss Wheeler's hair is, everything is just to the nines, so it's kind of fun to see that. There's so many themes. I think, I don't know. I think that I probably have said enough to let you guys take some floor too now.
Yep.
Griff, I was on the same boat. I had growing up. I had Russians, and then I had the mature theme. Guys, I'm going to say this. I'm hoping this Russian theme kind of goes
Scampers
away.
off.
Yeah, go
I
away.
don't think it is.
It's. I don't think so either. It's a little silly to me, but again, I love it. I'm vested. But those would be my three. The kids are becoming mature. They're wanting to go off more on their own. Independence is something I'm starting to see from the kids. It's like, hey, Hop, you told us to do that. We're going to still do what we wanted. We know what's best now. We're grown up. So
I feel like they've always been that way, though.
Well, I think it's even gotten worse.
Yeah, I hear you.
Go ahead, Austin.
I got the movie cinema, man. We get a couple movie scenes. Back to the Future. I can't remember what the movie is at the beginning, but they mentioned The Thing a lot.
It's Night of the Living Dead or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Or something like that.
They also, they mentioned The Thing. We see it on a poster. Yeah. The monster is a thing-like kind of monster in this season. Scoops Ahoy. We already mentioned the mall. Summer Break, I think, is one we haven't mentioned. Like maybe earlier in the episode, but Summer Break. This takes place during the summer. The pool.
We should definitely throw in bad jobs, bad bosses.
Yeah. Horrible bosses is definitely what I got there. Death Star, Cold War. But I think the biggest one, man, just that excess this season. Like I said, tonally, this might be quite a bit different from the first two. It feels ramped up. It feels higher.
It feels like the budget was higher too, right?
Exactly.
You definitely get that sense.
Really
has that feeling. This one is probably the most just outrageous season. I feel like we returned to the roots a bit more in season 4. So I'm not going to give anything away, but this one definitely stands out in a way. And I don't flack it for it. I think people have been critical of it because of it and how much different it might be. But I think this one is a nice little shakeup, a nice little fun. There was something with all the Harry Potter movies. They had different directors. So a lot of them in there have shifting tones and feel and vibe to them to a degree. Like the first two were Chris Columbus. The third one was another guy. I can't remember his name. Maybe Guadalajara. No, I don't know what his name is. But anyways, that one feels much different than 1 and 2. There's also a new, Dumbledore in that, but I don't think that really does it. But in this one kind of stands out in a different way, and it's a different kind of story. But I think you have enough of the pieces in place that you love and are familiar with, and it's just a blast. It's extravagant. It's summer break. It's commercial. It's the mall. It's Starcourt. It's fitting. So I have a lot of fun with this season.
Absolutely.
Where do we go next, fellas? What do you think happens?
Again, I think that the Russians are sticking around. I think
we know that they're sticking around.
Well, at the end of this season, we are taken actually to some sort of base in Russia, where we see we actually see a Demogorgon. We hear, "Hey, don't take the American." We don't see who this American is. That's why we're getting this inclination.
That would be Hop.
Still be alive.
Yeah, we got a pretty good idea of that one.
That would be Hop.
So we have
who
that.
Else could it be?
I mean, I think we're going to spend some time in Russia. And aside from that, I'm interested. I want to see how Elle gets pulled into the fold now that she's not actually in Hawkins. I think that what's going to happen is Elle somehow is going to go into Hop's brain and see where he's at. And that's how we're going to be like, oh, Hop is still around. What's going on? Next thing you know, we got the Byers and Elle and Hawkins again, and adventure. What about you, Kreskin?
Guys, we know the gang's going to be back. We do. Griffin, that's a nice take. I do think that's what's going to happen. Somehow, some way, Elle is going to sense Hop is out there. She's going to pull the gang together, and they're going to go, I don't know how the hell they're going to get to Russia, but Joyce, I'm sure she's going to be Wonder Woman and fly a damn plane. I don't know. It's going to be it will be interesting. So I will be on this one. Again, this one ended losing. So losing Hop, losing Billy. I mean, I thought that was huge. That just went. Yep. You went. Billy. You got to lose somebody to
well, and you can tell Max has heart for Billy too. It's not that he's just this horrible brother she hates. She feels sorry for him too. Like she's
she saw him that he took one for the team. He fought back at the creature.
Yeah, he did.
He did, and he was on it, and he showed toughness, and he showed loyalty towards the kids. When it's basically like he's got his right mind again, and he knows what the right.
When Elle reaches him, that's a really emotional scene. That one was hard too. It kind of coming back to him, and oh god, that was heavy.
Again, Austin, you said it. Billy, the actor, that young man did one hell of a job. He pulled off the scenes. He pulled them off, and he really brought something to it. I think, again, as I said, he brought that darkness to it that was needed. If we're gonna get down into the dirt, you need a bad guy, and he was definitely a bad guy. But he made a nice twist at the end by sticking up for the team.
Yeah, the guy's name's I think it's Dacker Montgomery.
Yeah, man, I like that guy.
Yeah, he wasn't Elvis. Good call, Austin.
No, way to go, bravo, Austin.
Nice. Yeah, but I guess we'll get on out of here. If I had to pick like my favorite season in order, man, I think it is something of like it's so tough because the third one feels so different, but like I love it. I love the Scoops Ahoy Steve kind of storyline. That's probably the best thing. But so I think it's season 1 and season 3 are my favorite, and then I'd say 2 is beneath that, but 2's still really good.
I think season 2 is my favorite so far. Like I really enjoyed season 2 myself.
Yeah,
I kind of think the same thing. I thought season 2 was the best one.
I'd probably be 2, 3, 1. That'd be my rundown at this moment, which from what you've said is kind of controversial, but I don't know. I think what's funny is like I bet a lot of people that have more of that season 1's the best were probably watching it when it was coming out. So you get so attached. My dad and I have no loyalty per season because we've seen it all within such a quick amount of time. The time frame we've seen all of this in has been so jammed together that it's like, we didn't have any time in between seasons to be like, oh wow, like we love season 1. We want the same exact thing, so we have no loyalty.
Hell, it all seems like season 1 to us, doesn't it, Griffin?
Well,
we're watching 4 and 5 episodes in a 3 to 5 day span. I've got to take notes just so I know which chapter I'm on because, man, it all just starts. It all blends together. Man, it's like Austin said, this one kind of took off. And if you weren't taking notes and paying attention, damn, you're on chapter 8. You didn't even know it.
Season 1 is just so nostalgic. I think it was so long ago. The kids were so young. Having known where all it goes and riding along with it the whole time. Season 1's so nostalgic, so that definitely plays into it. I think the biggest stain with season 2 is the whole Collie break, which is just like a wasted episode. If you want to compare episodes and go down the list, that one's probably the list. It's gonna kind of pull the season down in some ways, but I think all of these seasons have been a whole lot of fun. So yeah, we'll get on out of here. We got some more to watch. We are through season 3, fellas. Feeling good. We've kept it running, kept it rolling. Now we got it starting tonight, so we're going to be on double TV show game or the kind of double TV show roll for a bit here. But yeah, guys, looking forward to it, keeping it rolling. And then at the end of November, we're going to have this new season, which I haven't seen, which is going to be a really exciting thing. I've been rewatching everything. Yeah, it's going to be something new and fresh, and we'll get to share that together. So looking forward to it, fellas. I'll let you say your goodbyes, and we'll get on out of here.
You know me, Purple Podcast all the way. I'm really glad we're getting this in this morning, gentlemen. You're that fall feelings in the air. It's getting cool again. I had to turn the heat on in my crib because woke up on Friday morning to my house being 62 degrees and said, you know what? Probably need some heat in here. So we're getting there. We're feeling good. Welcome to Dairy coming up, like you said, Oss. Let's get into season 4. I'm probably going to watch an episode or 2 today. Very excited, but appreciate you boys always. Glad we're rocking and getting this thing done, man. Always a pleasure.
Guys, for those out there still listening, you know how dedicated we are, especially this guy with the black hat on. If I'm going to watch Welcome to Dairy, I can't even believe I'm saying this. Whew. That is going to scare the hell out of me. I will give you my take on this for those of you that are a little bit chicken like me. Whether you can watch it or not, I promise you will get the feedback that you need. But as for Stranger Things, man, oh man, I say this every week. I love this. I think it's great. I think the kids are just phenomenal actors and actresses. And I highly recommend keep watching. I've had several reach out to me and say, hey, we are watching now because of your podcast. And man, you guys are hitting it hard. And I appreciate your points. So keep it going, boys. Again, I say this every week about your all's reels, but take a look at some of these reels. Give us some feedback. If there's more we can do, I'd love to. I won't do anything. These guys will because they're doing all the work. But give us some feedback. These guys, if they can improve, I can't see it. But if there's something that we can do, we would love to do it for you.
Well said, Mikey. And like Mike said, if you guys have been listening all the way through and you're still here, thank you as always. We truly appreciate it. And if you're listening and, have some extra time on your hands today, make sure to share it, as well. Send it out there. Give us a like, give us a comment, say hello. We love chatting with you guys as well. Don't be a stranger. This should be a fun, friendly community, right? The Purple Gang. I don't know what we want to call ourselves yet, and our crew, our followers yet, but we'll figure something out at some point, right? But yes, guys, thank you always. Sending love out your way. We're going to keep on rocking. Some more Stranger Things up next. Some Welcome to Dairy up next as well. Maybe a Thanksgiving movie thrown in there as well. So a lot of fun things to come. Keep rocking with us. It's going to be a fun ride. Other than that, guys, bye-bye.